Welcome back, GH fans. Secrets are exploding, betrayals are tearing Port Charles apart, and shocking twists are changing everything. From forbidden romances to deadly revenge plots, no one is safe. Stay tuned as we uncover every bombshell, every heartbreak, and every jaw-dropping General Hospital spoiler you can't afford to miss. What strikes me most is how Willow's carefully constructed world seems to be cracking under the pressure. From everything I've followed, she has been desperately trying to keep Drew under control with medication that left him paralyzed. Now that he is showing signs of recovery, the panic on her side feels very real. I remember how protective I felt toward Willow during her earlier storylines, but this chapter has me questioning her choices more than ever. Is desperation ever a good enough reason to harm someone you once loved? I don't think so, yet I can understand the fear driving her. Still, actions have consequences, and it looks like those consequences are about to catch up dramatically. The involvement of Kai and Trina adds such a rich layer of tension. These two young people have already witnessed things they shouldn't have, and now they are actively suspecting Willow of injecting Drew with something dangerous. I love how the show is letting the younger generation step up and drive parts of the story. It reminds me of when I watched older characters mentor the next wave years ago. Kai sneaking into Drew's room feels like a turning point. It shows his concern is turning into something more obsessive, and that kind of intensity can lead to mistakes. I wonder if Kai realizes how risky his actions are. One wrong move could destroy the fragile trust he's built with Drew. When Kai reveals a secret that sets Drew off, I felt my heart race just thinking about it. Drew has always been a strong, determined man, but learning certain truths while still physically vulnerable could push him into an out-of-control reaction. I've seen Drew overcome so many obstacles before, so watching him possibly lash out in anger feels both shocking and believable. This isn't the calm, strategic Drew we've known. This is someone pushed to his limits. The show has done an excellent job building this slow burn of frustration, and I believe it will explode in ways that surprise even longtime viewers like me. The anticipated accident for Drew has me especially worried. A fall in Willow's home that damages her beautiful floors and leaves him injured feels like the perfect storm. Blood on those floors won't just be a cleaning problem, it will be evidence that could finally expose Willow's crimes. I keep asking myself, will this be the moment the truth comes crashing down? From the hints we've been given, it certainly seems headed that way. Willow is already terrified, and rightly so. Her secret actions are about to be laid bare, and the explosion of consequences could change relationships across Port Charles. One thing I appreciate about this storyline is how it explores different perspectives on justice and forgiveness. Some fans might argue Willow deserves sympathy because of the pressure she's been under, while others, including me on most days, feel she has crossed a line that can't easily be uncrossed. I've lived long enough to know that secrets rarely stay hidden forever, especially in a town like Port Charles. The writers are doing something smart here by letting the suspicion build through Kai and Trina rather than rushing to a confession. It makes every episode feel urgent. I also find myself thinking about Drew's journey of recovery. After everything he has endured, seeing him regain mobility only to face a terrible accident is heartbreaking. Yet, it also feels like a catalyst for growth. Will this experience make him stronger, or will it leave lasting scars? I suspect both. The show has always excelled at showing how physical trauma mirrors emotional wounds, and this arc seems poised to do exactly that. My hope is that Drew finds support from unexpected places, perhaps even mending some old bonds in the process. Kai's growing obsession worries me for his own sake. Young people sometimes dive too deep into situations without fully understanding the danger. If he keeps sneaking around and pushing for answers, he might find himself in the middle of a conflict he isn't prepared for. Trina, with her strong sense of right and wrong, will likely be the voice of reason, but even she might get pulled further into the drama. I love their dynamic and hope the story honors their intelligence while still delivering the thrills we crave. As someone who has watched this show through countless marriages, schemes, and redemptions, I believe this current chapter stands out because it blends medical mystery, personal betrayal, and legal jeopardy so seamlessly. Willow's fear is palpable, and I find myself wondering how far she will go to protect herself when Drew's accident brings everything to light. Will she try to cover it up again? Or will she finally face what she has done? Either choice will bring fireworks, and I'm here for every minute of it. The beauty of General Hospital has always been its ability to make us care deeply about flawed people. Drew's anger after the secret is revealed feels authentic because we've seen his vulnerabilities before. Kai's determination to help, even through risky actions, shows his good heart, even if his methods are questionable. And Willow, well, she remains one of the most complex characters on the canvas right now. I may not agree with her choices, but I can't stop watching to see how she handles the mounting pressure. Looking ahead, I'm convinced the upcoming episodes will deliver some of the most intense scenes we've seen in months. The combination of a physical accident, rising suspicions, and long-buried secrets being dragged into the open creates that special kind of must-watch television that keeps me coming back after all these decades. I keep thinking about how one fall in a familiar home could unravel so many lives. That's powerful storytelling. To my fellow longtime viewers, I say, stay tuned and keep an open mind. This storyline is reminding us why we fell in love with General Hospital in the first place. The characters feel real, the stakes are high, and the drama never feels cheap. I have my theories about how it will all resolve, but I'm happy to be surprised. One thing I know for sure, when the truth about Willow's actions finally emerges, it won't just affect her and Drew. The ripples will reach Kai, Trina, and many others we care about. I find myself reflecting on how quickly things can spiral in this town. Willow's attempts to hide the truth about what she has done to Drew are only making the situation worse. Every lie she tells seems to push the story further into darker territory, creating new troubles that feed into even more complications. This kind of escalation keeps me coming back episode after episode because it feels authentic to life. One small decision to cover something up can snowball into something much larger. In my many years of watching, I have seen characters ruin their lives trying to maintain control, and Willow appears to be walking that same dangerous path. Kai, for his part, has become almost obsessed with figuring out the truth and helping Drew. His actions, including sneaking into Drew's room, are born from genuine concern, yet Willow is using them against him. She is painting Kai as the source of danger, which adds such a heartbreaking twist. I have always liked Kai's character and his desire to do the right thing, even when it leads him into risky situations. Watching Willow try to redirect suspicion onto him makes me wonder how long he can stay one step ahead. Will the people around them believe her accusations, or will they see through the fear driving her words? The idea that Drew might wake up soon fills me with both anticipation and worry. If he regains consciousness and starts piecing together what happened, it could shatter the remaining trust in so many relationships. I can already imagine the explosion of emotions that would follow. Drew has been through so much already, and waking to discover the full extent of Willow's actions would be devastating. It feels like a new disaster is brewing, one that could affect not just the immediate circle, but ripple across many families in Port Charles. I keep asking myself whether Drew will respond with anger or with a quiet determination to seek justice. Knowing his history, I suspect it will be a powerful mix of both. What I appreciate about this storyline is how it explores the consequences of obsession and fear. Willow's obsession with maintaining control is leading her to make choices that only deepen the hole she is digging. At the same time, Kai's growing fixation on uncovering the truth might blind him to the dangers he is inviting into his own life. These parallel obsessions are driving the narrative forward in such a compelling way. As someone who has watched the show for a lifetime, I believe these kinds of character-driven conflicts are what make General Hospital special. It is not just about the big dramatic moments, although those are wonderful too. It is about watching people we have come to know behave in ways that feel painfully human. I have to admit that part of me still holds out hope for redemption, even as the troubles mount. Maybe when Drew wakes, he will find strength in the support of friends like Kai and Trina. Their suspicions about Willow have been building for good reason, and I think they will play a crucial role in the coming revelations. Trina's sense of justice could be exactly what is needed to bring clarity to this messy situation. Yet I also worry that Willow's blame shifting will create new rifts that are hard to repair. Relationships that took years to build could fracture in a matter of days once the full truth emerges. The beauty of a long-running series like ours is that it allows these stories to breathe and evolve naturally. Right now, everything feels charged with possibility. Willow's efforts to hide what she has done are pushing the plot into exciting new directions, but they are also creating a sense of impending disaster that has me counting down the hours until the next episode. If Drew does wake soon, the explosion in trust will be unforgettable. I can picture the confrontations, the tears, and the hard decisions that will follow. It is the kind of television that stays with you long after the credits roll. In my experience, the most satisfying storylines are the ones where characters must face the results of their own actions. Willow is approaching that moment, and I am watching closely to see how she handles it. Will fear continue to drive her, or will she find the courage to be honest? Kai's role in all of this also fascinates me. His obsession may stem from a good place, but good intentions do not always lead to good outcomes. I hope the writers continue to handle these nuances with care, because that is what keeps longtime fans like me so invested.